Hello and welcome to the latest edition of WaltInPA. It is an absolutely beautiful Tuesday, which caught me completely by surprise. I was expecting rain all week long. I kept checking the weather forecast, and sometimes I feel like I'm cursed. The days that my wife isn't working, I swear it's destined to rain. And the days that she is working, well, those are the nice, beautiful days with the sunshine and the birds chirping. It just kind of works out that way, or at least it seems to. So I woke up this morning anticipating rain. I got up, I was at my computer starting my workday by about 4:30. And I guess it was around 6:30, the sun started rising, and I had a beam of sunlight come through my window. And it just grabbed my attention, so I peeked out the blinds, and sure enough, it was dry and clear, and it looked like the makings for a beautiful day. And of course, as the workday went on, I kept peeking out the window, and it looked nicer and nicer and nicer. And finally, when I saw the tiniest little break in my schedule, I said, I'm going out for a lunchtime ride. I grabbed my gear, and out the door I went.
Hey, this is John from Road Reality, and you're watching WaltInPA. Enjoy the ride.
Ordinarily when I go out for a ride like this and I really don't have a topic in mind, what I like to do is talk about other people's content. Generally, it gets the juices flowing and to promote other motovlogs, get the word out there. There's a good chance that anyone I talk about you're already following, but in the off chance that you're new around here, you're new to the motovlogging community, it might help just get someone an extra set of eyeballs on their content. And somewhere along the way, maybe I'll get inspired to talk about something else. So it's one of those twofold things. Helps others in the community, and sometimes it just happens to spark an idea. So let's talk about some of the content that I was watching. We'll talk about one particular piece of content, and that is the Fireside Chat with the boys. And in talking about this content, I think it is going to bring up kind of a side topic. So I guess we'll start with the side topic first, and that is my YouTube watching habits have changed over the last several months. When I did my Christmas episode, I had mentioned that for Christmas this year I got laid off from work. Now that layoff was only supposed to last about 2 weeks. My employer was calling it a holiday break or a holiday shutdown so that he could regroup and hit the ground running, after the new year. Well, it didn't quite work out that way. I was supposed to go back to work, like the first week in January, and I wound up not really working until close to February. And then when I did go back, it was hit or miss. There might be work for me to do, there may not be work for me to do. And I was very much in kind of an on-call situation where I was being called into work when there was work to do, and I didn't really get a whole lot of notice. But, just kind of made do with what I had and just kept on trucking. Now, the interesting thing there is YouTube is a big part of my workflow process. So I know I've told the story before, but I guess it's worth telling again. My home setup for work and for my business is a 27-inch iMac, and I have 2 external monitors hooked up to that. The first one is a ridiculous, a 40-inch. It's a giant widescreen monitor. That's set up on my left, and then on my right I have a 20-something inch, curved display, Samsung or something or other. And generally how I work is the iMac is my primary display. On my right, I generally have an order or reference drawings, whatever I'm using as reference material for what I'm working on in my primary monitor. The monitor on my left, that's just for random stuff. Sometimes I have supporting documents up there. Sometimes it's just, you know, miscellaneous information that I only need every so often. So anyway, because this monitor is ridiculously large to be a second monitor, I can usually get 2 windows on it side by side without any issue, and I tend to put YouTube up on the far left. It's kind of out of view. It's a real stretch to turn and look. It's why I can't use it for documents. But it's great for playing YouTube videos because they're not my primary focus. I like to listen to the content, listen to the story, listen to the narrative, and then I'll just glance over from time to time. So for my particular viewing habits, it just works really well. So a lot of times I'll throw up YouTube videos on the left monitor, on the left side of the left monitor, and I'll have them playing throughout the day. And that is how I do the bulk of my YouTube consumption. It's through that third monitor, and it happens while I work. But because I wasn't working steadily, I wasn't consuming nearly as much YouTube content. You know, it's strange. You would think, oh, I've got more free time, I'll spend more time watching YouTube, or I won't spend any less time watching YouTube. But because it's part of my routine, it made a drastic impact on my viewing habits. So anyway, there was a period where I wasn't watching a lot of content. I was falling behind on a lot of channels, and I was kind of cherry picking what I was watching because my work hours were limited. They have since picked back up. But there's a strange thing happening, and I don't know whether it's with the YouTube algorithm or how or what exactly is going on. But I'm seeing the same recommendations over and over again. Not necessarily the exact same video, but the same channels seem to be popping up more frequently. So I watch a lot of ChopperFett. So ChopperFett always seems to be in the window when new videos are posted. I watch a lot of MisplacedMotovlogger. Those pop up frequently. A lot of Grumpy Bastard. Those pop up frequently. But some of the videos that I didn't have time for, like, you know, an hour-long Fireside Chat with the boys, even though those videos are coming out every week, for whatever reason, they're not filtering through in front of my face. You know, I'm not seeing them to click on them. I think YouTube may be trying to do me a favor and keep pumping me with content that I'm watching versus content that I want to watch but haven't been watching. So that's happened with the Fireside Chat with the boys. I seem to be missing it every week, whereas before I was watching it religiously. The Saturday Night with the Badgers is another one that I've missed a number of times just because it just hasn't made its way to the forefront of my attention. I honestly couldn't tell you whether or not the Dynamite Duo is doing videos because I haven't seen one of those pop up in my subscription feed in a long time. And that's the weird thing too. The videos that I'm watching are on my subscription feed. You know, I open up the subscriptions and I go through, and usually I open up a new browser tab for anything that I want to watch. It was funny, I posted a screenshot to Discord the other day, and I asked if anyone else had the same affliction that I did, where you wind up with 20 tabs open because there are a lot of videos that you want to watch. So anyway, a lot of the content that I enjoy watching, or used to enjoy watching, I'm not seeing nearly as often as I used to. And I don't think it has anything to do with the frequency in which they're released. You know, with those live postings, maybe it's when the live, you know, when that premiere schedule thing pops up, you know, it comes up and then it doesn't appear again. And I hate to admit this, and it may come as a shock to you all, but I don't use the notifications bell, not for a single motovlogger. And it's not because no one's notification worthy. It's because I used to spend 8 to 10 hours a day in front of my computer. I didn't need YouTube to ring a little bell and let me know when someone's video posted, because I was constantly refreshing my subscriptions feed, and I was constantly opening new browser tabs and working my way through what was available. It didn't make sense to have notifications turned on. I don't need another distraction during the day, or I don't need another notification popping up on my phone or whatever. Man, this one really took a left turn. It was supposed to I wanted to tell you about a video that I watched, and I wound up telling you a story that went on much longer than I think it should have. But we're gonna muscle through, power through it. So anyway, now that I'm kind of back to watching YouTube videos again, I've been going out of my way to find those channels that I haven't seen in a little while and start watching them again, try to get caught up. And one of those was the Fireside Chat with the boys. I really like Bodine52's channel. I watch HDR's channel not as frequently as I used to. I used to really like doing the Saturday morning coffee, the live stream. But again, that's another thing that's not really popping up until after it happens. You know, I'll see on Saturday afternoon, I'll see that HDR did a live stream, and it's like, crap, I wanted to watch that, but I totally missed it. I blew it. And I like BroncoRide too. I don't want to leave him out. But of the trio, I think I watch more Bodine52 than anyone else. And it just so happens that he hosted the Fireside Chat with the boys this past week. They had Ginger Dash Moto on, and I wanted to watch it live because I like Bodine52, I like HDR, I like BroncoRide, and I like Ginger Dash. You know, so I wanted to support all four of those channels by being available live, but it just didn't work out that way. So anyway, I watched it late this morning. I had some work to do. I popped in my AirPods and I listened to the whole, was it, hour and 12-minute show with Gina, and it was a wonderful episode. Great questions. She's got a very laid-back, easygoing personality. She's easy to watch. The guys kept it very entertaining, very light. And most importantly, they kept it moving, which is always a nice... I think that's one of the things I appreciate most about their live stream. It's that there aren't too many unexpected twists and turns. You know, you don't wind up going down the rabbit hole and sitting in front of the live stream for 3 hours because they got massively off track. You know, they always stick to the script, stick to the plan. And when it does deviate, they bring you right back. So it makes their shows just crisp, clean, and fun. Now, the interesting thing with Ginger Dash is I started following her channel when she had, I don't know, 100, maybe 200 subscribers. And I don't remember where I saw the recommendation. It may have been through Bob Nelson. It may have been through someone else. I can't remember exactly how I wound up stumbling onto her channel. But I enjoyed it. She's a newer rider. She just started riding last year. She bought herself a GSXR, or GSXR 250, I think. And she's just been kind of fun to watch. She's very personable. I'm searching for a word here and I can't quite put my finger on it. Not legitimate, but authentic. She's very much, she comes across very much herself. She seems like a very authentic individual. So anyway, I started watching her when she had 100 or 200 subscribers, and then out of nowhere, I go to her channel one day and she's jumped from 200 to 2,000. You know, I don't know whether she managed to catch lightning in a bottle and she just turned a lot of people on to her content. But, you know, I was really happy to see her doing very well. And then, you know, and a couple episodes later, or a couple videos later, I glanced at her subscription numbers and they doubled. It went from 2,000 to 4,000. And I think the last time I looked, they doubled again, and she's upwards of 8,000 subscribers. But anyway, she gets into more on that and how much time she's spending and how it was a little overwhelming initially, all during the Fireside Chat with the boys. So that's kind of the whole point in having this little discussion, is to convince you that you should head on over to Bodine52's channel, and I'll have the link in the description as well as in a card above my head, and you can click through and watch that show. as I said, it's very good, and they will keep you entertained for over an hour. All right, I think that is plenty for one motovlog. So that is where I'm going to end it. Thank you very much for joining me in the latest episode of WaltInPA. If you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing to my channel. You can hit that bell notification, you know, that one I don't use. That will let you know whenever new content is posted. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with your friends, assuming you enjoyed it. You know, I don't want you to, I don't like when people blindly follow or, you know, blindly subscribe and mash on the like button just because they feel obligated. That's really not my thing. If you like my channel, I'm happy for you. I'm glad that you like it. I appreciate it. Those are the type of subscribers that I want. It's not that I'm not saying that I want a whole bunch of people to unsubscribe. What I'm saying is I just it means more when you subscribe and you're actually going to watch the content versus subscribing just to add one more number to my subscriber count. Oh, I feel like I might have just shot myself in the foot right there. But you know what? We're gonna be authentic and just leave it be. Awkward comments and all. So as always, ride safe, and I will catch you in the next one. GoPro, stop recording.